Okay, let me first say the content on this is really, really interesting, and I'll tell you why. It's because here is an athlete, he's thinking for himself. He's been given direction, he's been given the reason for the direction, the purpose, the why. And then he's taken the why, he's taken the positions, everything that I've taught him, and he's processing it through his own brain, and he's trying to figure out how can I do it. This is part of what I do on Second Night Consulting. I arm the athlete with information, and then I always leave the athlete free. I never want to create a robot. I always want an athlete always using this first. Never stop using that, and then listen to their body. They know the positions they want, and they can become very creative in what they're doing. And so, when we're talking about getting into this position right here, I'm thinking when I'm teaching about coming around the back and keeping shoulders level, and then as you move around to bend forward at the waist, which is what will eventually take the right shoulder and the right arm behind that right hip. Okay, but what he's thinking of as he's entering, he's actually thinking about how he's going to keep the right arm, right shoulder behind the hip here as he moves to the middle. See, this is interesting. This is not anything I've ever taught, but I might right here. Watch how he drops that right there. See that? I've never taught that. But when he does, he links it into that lower hip. He drops behind, and now that hip's going to lead. See that? So that's an interesting development from an athlete that has allowed to continue to think and use their brain. Super proud of Michael. Super proud of this interpretation, but even more, I'm proud of the movement that comes because of it. This really has never been about Coach Woolman, do what I say, and if you don't do what I say, then it's wrong. Completely the opposite. We're creating movements specific to you. This is a wonderful example of that.
So really, it's not quite new, I would say, but I do think I took what Coach Woolman said and I kind of ran with it. I think I took it a step further, not knowing that was actually a little different than what he wanted me to do. But it just in my head, I just thought like there was no other way for me to do it rather than to take it further than what he said. Like, I guess just to explain it, the way he told it to me, the way I interpreted it was he was saying, I'm coming around good, hitting this power position, but I'm coming in like flat. I'm throwing very flat. And since I'm throwing flat, the upper body's ahead, the hip never gets through, I don't get any linear, and I just kind of go flat. Got it. Go flat down into here. And so because of that, my weight would shift on to the left. The hip doesn't get through. Basically everything that we're trying to get wasn't working. And you go to my power position and I'm kind of like here. I'm like the left arm is flat. I'm real scrunched up and I'm already starting to shift off of the right. And in this position, he then shows me a video of Krauser and how Krauser's all the way. I mean, he's like, it looks ridiculous how far his shoulder is up and how far back the shot is. And at this point, he just boom. It just accelerates. The shot accelerates out. His hip perfectly tucked underneath. And he's almost like this, like, insane, just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the deepest shot, like, position possible. And so I was thinking, well, not so much how do I get the left arm up, but how do I get the angle to get the left arm up? And so I started thinking, okay, when I get into the power position, this right shoulder and this elbow need to tuck down so that this can come up. And what that also does is a double effect of, think about it. When we do our front throws, do we go here, out? No. A lot of the statics will be back up here. The arm is up. The shot is behind the hip. And it's the same way in the full throw. So a quick demonstration. that demonstration. But you know what I mean. I need to actually like get through it. When I'm coming through here, everything is level. I'm not breaking at the hip. I'm balanced on top of the left, and I'm coming through. But once I see that focal point of probably when my head gets toward the sector, this elbow and this shoulder already are starting to come down, and this is reacting to that. So it's the hip is reacting to these shoulders coming down as this is down here. And now look at that position I'm in. All the weight is on top of that right. And not only is the weight on top of the right, it tucks the shot behind the hip. And so then when we come through, now that all the weight's on here and we have this beautiful angle with the left shoulder, the hip just goes through and all we do is follow. It's the simplest thing. So really, I would say when I tuck the right elbow and the right shoulder at that angle, I'm not dropping just the shoulder because that doesn't do anything. If you just drop the shoulder, this is going to stay here. I think of it almost as like a wood, like this, it stays out here. It's like a plank all the way through. Like if I were to, that's the best analogy I got for you. A plank here so that we're down in this position rather than here or anything other. So that's basically what I do. It's been working really well for me. It actually helps, I feel like, when I even try to do it earlier, because I'm just getting like even further behind the hip. This left leg gets down super quick. I mean, I feel like I'm so far back. I feel like the weight's so over the right, and all I need to do is just open and then chase through. Hip gets through, everything gets through. It feels amazing.